Hello and welcome to the video on the Lightning Conductor dynamic data connections. So I want to show you a few data connections that we can perform using the Lightning Conductor, and a couple of the ways that we can do that. We've got an instance of the Lightning Conductor here, which is just simply aggregating some tasks from different sites, and as you can see, we've got some conditional formatting and data bars configured and so on. If you want to learn how to do that, please go to lightningtools.com and click onto the products menu and then Lightning Conductor SPFx, and you'll be able to see some of the screenshots and details on how you can perform the aggregation in this way. But what I want to do is show you the new feature, which is how we can consume a connection using the Lightning Conductor for conditional formatting, for the selecting of these views here, and also so that we can apply filters using dynamic data connections as well. So first of all, what I've done, right at the very top here, we've got status equals completed as a query string parameter, and I can go through and type whatever parameter name I want. So I could actually call that task status or something to that effect, and I'm just going to give it a value now of equals completed. Okay, and of course that's not going to do anything just yet. We're seeing all of the different tasks regardless of their status. So what I want to do is apply a filter first of all. So I'm going to come down here to the filter option, and usually we'd actually be able to go through and set a choice. So I can go through and choose completed or deferred or in progress and so on. And of course that filter is going to work today, but it requires the user to come in and actually select that filter. What we can do is, instead of setting that filter value here, is actually go through and connect the value to a data source. And if you consider that we might want to get to this single page with a single view and filter that view based on the link that the user clicks in order to get to it that contains the query string parameter, that will save the user some time in actually having to go through and manually filter the web part based on their needs. So what we'll do, first of all, in the drop down here, I'm going to choose the page environment. If I had another web part on this page, that would be one of the other data sources, for example, that I could connect to. But I'm going to just use the page environment here. And the page environment properties include things like the site properties. So the site properties, we've got all of these, things like the site title, description, etc. I could also go through and get the current user information. I'm going to give an example of that in a moment with some conditional formatting. We can use the query string or search, and I'm going to use the query string here, and in the drop down we'll choose the query parameters, and then we can go through and see the task status, which is the one that I just input a moment ago. So that's it. We'll save that, save my query, and as you can see here, we've now got completed tasks. And I can come up here and change that query string parameter to in progress, and now we get to see all the in progress tasks and so on. Okay, so that's how we can go through and provide a connection there. What we could also do, if we just go through and clear that filter for a moment, I've actually already built a few views. So I've got a view here that is already filtering on this column, and that's a hard-coded filter to set the tasks to completed, so we can just see the completed tasks, and then I've also got the in progress tasks here as well. So I could build different views, including like this calendar view here as well of my tasks. So what if I wanted to actually select the view based on the query string, or another filter web part or something like that? So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So let's call this one view name, and first of all we'll say view name equals all tasks, which is the one that we're currently on. So I'll select that just so that query string parameter is available to me. And we'll come in and edit the properties here. And in the properties, we've got this ellipsis on the configure view, and I'm going to connect the current view. And I'm going to do the same thing that you just saw. I'm going to go to the page environment. I'm going to select the query string, and we'll choose the query parameters, and it's a view name that I'm going to select this time around. So we'll choose that, and we'll republish the page. So now we can say view name equals all tasks, which is the one that we're currently on. If I change that to be completed, now it's going to load the completed view. And if I wanted to load the calendar view, for for example, we would be able to do that as well. If I spelt it correctly, our calendar space view. So let's just do that. There we go. So there's my calendar view. Okay, so we've got the views and filters, each being connected through to the dynamic data connector on the Lightning Conductor. So the next thing I want to do is a bit of conditional formatting. So I'm going to do that on this assigned to column. So in the drop down here, once we're in edit mode, we can actually go through and select the drop down and come down to formatting. And this time I'm not actually going to use a connection to the query string. We're going to go and get the user's name. So where we've got assigned to, I'm going to use the word like in case the name is among other names in the assigned to, or you've got multiple people. So we'll say like, and then use the dynamic data connection again. And this time I'm going to go to the page environment, go to the current user information, and grab the current username. And if it meets that criteria, then we'll set an icon here. So I'm going to select a little icon, and we'll choose a color, and that color is going to pick up the current theme, the nice teal, and we'll save that. And now you can see I'm logged in as LT or Lightning Tools admin, and my tasks are now being highlighted to me using conditional formatting. Okay, if you want to find out more, download a trial, please go to lightningtools.com and follow the links out to the Lightning Conductor. Many thanks. Bye.